This is the 80s Show on iHeartRadio.
Say ho, ho, say ho, 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 ho. Let's start the show, let's start the show. Come on, let's go, come on, let's go. Say ho, ho, say ho, whoa, ho, whoa. Let's start the show, let's start the show, let's start the show, let's start the show.
Here we are. Already Thursday. It is Thursday, right, Funkhouser? I'm not making that up. Wait, is it Wednesday or Thursday? Help me out here. What day is today? Why can I not hear you, but just hear lots of myself, like, multiple times? Did board ops come in over the night and be like, I'm going to fix their wagons?
Oh, dang it.
Oh, there you go.
Is that better
wait
now?
Wait a second. Say something to me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah? Okay, and I'm not echoing either.
Awesome.
What day is it?
I don't know.
Is it Wednesday or is it Thursday?
Thursday.
Today's Thursday. Thursday, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Amazing how fast the week passes. How slow the days go, yet how quick the weeks fly by. The days of our lives, whilst we're at work, seem interminable. Yet the weeks slip away like sands through an hourglass. What does this say to you? This says to you that your life, a good chunk of it, is probably eaten up working for the man. And that's cool because we all work for the man. We all work for some sort of man. Some of us are lucky enough to work for ourselves. And us is the man, if that makes sense. But the point I'm trying to make here is that life moves pretty fast. And it's not a Ferris Bueller quote. But life does move fast. And life is short. And life can slip away. Before you know it, it's Thursday. I thought it was Tuesday. I thought it was Monday. Feels like this week just started. Really? Tomorrow's a weekend? Well, on the upside, that's good. But on the downside, oh, good. My phone decided to turn on all by itself. You ever have those days where every piece of technology you come into contact with seems to be in conflict with you? I think Funkhouser and I are having that sort of day. But my point, to get back to it, life slips away quickly. And you feel like you spend an awful lot of that life devoting major amounts of your energy to things that ultimately don't really matter. And you gotta work, you gotta put a roof over the head, gotta feed the family. You work hard. You bust your ass to give the very best you can to the people that matter the most. And that's absolutely commendable. But the way life moves, the way it passes so quickly, do yourself a favor. Make sure that in your struggle to take care of the people that matter the most to you, including yourself, make sure that despite the fact that you're giving so much of yourself away to whatever it is you do to live, thrive, and survive in this world, make sure that despite the fact that you're giving so much of yourself away, you make time for those special moments. Because that's why life is the way it is. That's why you work so hard. That is why everything matters so much. It's those people that greet you when you walk through your door and go home. That reminder of what it is that you're working for. I saw a dad at an IHOP not so long ago, and he had 2, 3 kids there, and it was a Sunday morning. And his kids were climbing all over him. His kids were screaming and shouting and yelling, and he was just having none of it. He was checking his phone. He was reading his paper. He was doing everything he possibly could just to avoid, I don't know. It seemed like he was doing everything he could to avoid what was great in life. Don't let that be you. The time that you do have after you're done busting your ass for the people that matter the most, make sure you're there. Make sure you're enjoying it as much for you as it is for them.
If you like what you're hearing, tweet the show at ADSXE. AD on iHeartRadio.
I do what I want, when I want, how I want. Yeah, I do what I want, when I want, how I want. This is my United States of whatever. Picture me giving a damn. I said
saying, I between the technical difficulties with the board gremlins, rearranging Funkhouser stuff, and the fact that I came in today with our assistant producer, Homer the puppy, the last segment was a scotch rushed. It's hard getting through the hallways with Homer the puppy. Every single person wants to stop and say hello, and Homer's good enough to... It's funny. Don't you love... I don't know if your dogs are like this, but don't you just love... And it sounds like a weird thing to love, but the fact that your dog... I don't know. Every dog is different, but my puppy, Homer, he loves me. He gets excited when I come home. He's happy to see me all the time when he sees me, and he showers me with puppy kisses, and we have a great time. We go places, we do stuff, and he always gets so excited when we're going out together, and he gets excited when we get in the car together, and when he comes into work with me, you should see him strut down the halls of the office. He thinks he is so cool, and he is. And, man, I get so much out of that. That's why I think dogs make you better people. They teach you how to love. They really do. And I can't think of a day that goes by when I'm with my puppy Homer where I don't get smiles and laughter out of him. And there's sort of all sorts of science that would back this up and support the fact that dogs are man's best friend, scientifically proven. Like just hanging out with your dog, scratching his ears, whatever, however it is you hang out. If you sit there and you pet a dog, it releases chemicals in you. I think it's oxytocin, that stuff that is a mother's love. Makes you feel good, makes you feel connected, makes you, like, when a mother gives birth, her system is flooded with this chemical oxytocin. And oxytocin is basically the love drug. But that connection that a mother immediately feels with her child, as long as she doesn't have some sort of chemical deficiency, that's a mother's love. It's so huge. And that all comes from this chemical oxytocin, which is released when you hang out with your puppy. Just scratching him behind his ears or going on a little walk. Or it's mostly to do with petting your dog. But when you do, your system is flooded with that oxytocin stuff. And not only that, the dog system is flooded with the oxytocin stuff. It's this release of love between the two of you. And that's why I say get a dog. It'll make you a better person. It'll make you a more loving person. Because chemically, you stand no chance. You're going to hang out with your puppy, you're going to pet him or her, and you're going to feel love. You are chemically obligated to do so. There's no fighting it. And that's why I always say getting a dog will make you a better person. Whether you were Gandhi or Mother Teresa to begin with, it will improve you as a human being. But here's the thing that I love about Homer, is that he is far and away the most adorable puppy on the face of the planet, I think. And the rest of the world seems to think so, too. So when I come into work with him and he's strutting down the hallway going, I'm so cool, I'm here with Dad. Well, everybody wants to stop and play with him and get showered in puppy kisses. And for the most part, Homer's like, okay, all right, maybe. And there's something that makes the bond between you and the puppy even more special when he doesn't give that out to just anyone. When he's looking at you going, this is my human. There are many like him, but this one is mine. I don't know. It's really valuable. But anyways, yeah, getting through the hallways when Homer, the executive producer of the show, comes in is a bit of a slower process. And couple that with the fact that people were like, hey, let's mess with Funkhouser's boards and see how he does tomorrow morning. Put us a little behind. So I want to talk for a second, pick up where we left off with regard to, man, it's Thursday already. This week has flown by. And life will do that. You're grinding away 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week to give the very best that you can to the people that matter the most. Maybe it's your significant other. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe you're one of those people that's working hard for all sorts of people. Maybe you've got friends that rely on you. Maybe you've got your parents that rely on you. Maybe you've got to look after them. I don't know. I do know this, though, that most of us are grinding away not only for the survival of ourselves, but so that we can look after the people that matter the most to us. And the weird paradox happens when you get to the end of the week or you get to whatever day you've got a little bit of time off and your ass is just kicked and you want to spend whatever time you have face down in your living room carpet, just trying to recover from the rest of the week where you piss your life away under fluorescent tubes working for the man in this inbred corporate landscape that we inhabit, to quote Doug Stanhope. And that's understandable, and you deserve that, and you're right to want that. But after you get your little nappy nap on, make sure that you're really in it when you're with those people that matter the most. Maybe it's just you. Make sure you really, really go, all right, mofos, I'm here. I'm playing video games and I'm loving it and I deserve this. Make sure that you're really involved in the juice, the sweet nectar of life that is the weekend or whatever the hell your day off is or your vacation. Like I said, I remember being in an IHOP once, and it's really easy to judge from the other side of the fence. But I don't have kids. I do have a dog, though. It's funny. Like, I make that comparison. People are like, you have kids? I was like, nope, puppy, though. And a lot of parents I know that have dogs are like, you know what? For the first couple of years, that's more or less the same thing. And I was like, oh, good. I didn't mean to cheapen the experience of you giving birth to your child, but I'm glad you think it's a lot like me having a Maltese. Cool. Maltese, part mutt, part Fraggle. I think that's what Homer is. Part Fraggle. I'm going with that. If you see pictures of him on Twitter or if you see him on Facebook, you know, the Fraggle's definitely in there. But I see these parents sometimes out with their kids doing things. And they're just not involved. They're distracted. They're on their phones. They're reading papers. They're doing what have you. And I always will remember this one experience of being at an IHOP on a Sunday and seeing a father there. There wasn't a mother there. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe he's a divorced dad. Which to me occurred to me, and it made it seem that much crazier. I was like, hey, you probably don't get your kids during the week. And you're there with your kids, pancakes on a Sunday. And you're distancing yourself from them. And you're not enjoying the awesomeness that is parenthood, fatherhood, your life. This is one of the things about life that is great. You have these kids that are happy and excited because you took them to pancakes, took them to get pancakes, and they're crawling all over you, and you're ignoring them. And I made a promise to myself when I saw that. I was like, I'm not going to be that guy if I have kids. I will live in the moment. And no matter how beat down this dad was, I felt like he was missing the point. I understand he probably worked really hard all week, and now he just wants to hang out and do nothing. But you're missing what you're working for. That thing that you're keeping at arm's length, that connection with your kids, that has a restorative power to it. That enjoyment of life has a restorative power to it that will help combat the soul-destroying drudgery that you experience in the workplace day in, day out. And I guess I'm really trying to say that life is short. The parts of it that are there for you to enjoy, the parts of it that are there for you to connect with the people that you love the most, the parts of it that are there to combat that other side, that grinding away, that soul-destroying drudgery we talked about in the workplace. They're there to help you get through all the rest of the stuff. Don't ignore them. Take advantage of them. They're one of the luxuries that life affords you, and anyone can have this. Anybody can have this. Doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are. If you care about someone and they care about you, that is where you can come. And that is where you can restore yourself so that you can gird up your freaking loins and go piss away more of your life underneath those fluorescent tubes working for the man. Don't miss out on it. So today in the show, I figured we'd talk a little bit about PC nonsense. Or is it nonsense? The debate rages about whether or not it's okay to call a football team the Redskins. We could get FCC fines, I think, at this point for using that name. And we'll get into that in a little bit after we talk about the events of today in our segment, My Witness News, in no way, shape, or form fair. Certainly not